Hey guys, it's Ian, and today we're going to start our next thing in Swift, and we're doing arrays. I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. I'm next to a busy street, so yeah, I'm just in the car doing this because I have some time. Alright, let's get started. So what is an array? An array is like in a container that stores a certain type of value. It can be one type of values. You can't mix values like integers, strings. You only pick one value type. And it's like in an ordered list format. So it'll be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a list. We call these integers, or not integers, indexes. And yeah, I'll show you how this works. So to make an array, what we can do var, caps lock's on, var, and we can give it a name. Let's say for now, my array, and we can do equals and then square brackets. And within those square brackets, we can put in items. Let's do a string and say, I don't know, I don't know, man. What should we put in a string? Come on, think of anything. Okay, colors. I see. Yeah. I feel like I'm messing up. Yeah. Anyway, so we in an ethical way. God damn it. Okay. Anyways, so we can separate items by a comma, and we can do, red, yellow, white, and so forth. Oh, this one's not here. And if you do try to use a different what do you call it, type, for example, if we put in 15.90, a double, for instance, it will actually give us an error. Yep. And so forth. And that's how you do an array literal. Yeah. That's how it is. Array literal. Okay. If you want to make an empty array, what we can do is something very similar. We can do var my empty array. You can name this whatever. You can just say my empty bumhole. Sorry, today's a weird day, I guess. Then colon, and then we type in our square brackets, and we can initialize what type of value we want to be in there. For example, we can have booleans. We can have int, double, string, whatever. You know what? Yeah, let's just do double for now. And then we can do equals and empty square bracket again. If we don't use the empty square brackets here, the equals, it's actually not initialized, so we do need that. So if we do my empty bumhole, and if I actually just remove this double, it's not initialized. It's trying to be used before being initialized. So yeah, we do need the equals empty. So yeah, whatever that is. It's essentially this, but just adding the colon with the type, because this doesn't know what this is, even though we have this. Yeah, just like that. So what do we do? Next is creating an array with a default value. Ooh, I got an owie. A default value. Okay, so what we're going to do, we can do var. Let's just make it something else. Let's just say my. Holy cow! There's trucks and motorcycles. Wow, okay. My egg carton quality, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And that's going to equal an array function. Yeah, it's not the square, but it's now a whatever that's called, parentheses. And we can say, I believe it's called repeating. Or repeat? I'm going to try repeating. I believe it's called repeating. Wow, so it's like, what are you doing, Ian? Are you sure you're doing it right? Alright. Let's just say, wait, I don't know, poor or standard. So we're going to assume that every equality is standard, and we do count, and how many times, and we have like a count of 12. This is what I believe is. No exact matches in call to initializer. Alright, let me quickly go back to some notes really fast. I thought I had it right, but I didn't. So let's go double check and I'll get back to you. Dun, 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 na, 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 Let me ask a higher intelligence. ChatGPT, help me. Why error? Oh my god. Okay, I figured it out. So I misspelled repeating. Yeah, repeating. I just misspelled repeating. All right, so going back to this, I will do print, and then my egg carton quality, and then we can see our beautiful eggs. Did I even print this one out before? Okay, so I forgot to print this out before. So this is our container or array, and this is the empty bumhole. Nothing in there. And then we have 12 of these puppies. I believe it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we got 12 of them. Cool. And if we want to ever change one, subscript syntax, passing index. Subscript syntax, passing index. I have a feeling I know what that means, but what does that actually mean? What does that actually mean, Ian? Okay, what I think this means, the subscript syntax. This is what I believe it is. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of trucks, a lot of cars. You hear it. Anyways, back to this. I believe what this means is the syntax. If we want to pass in an index, we do the name of our, what do you call this? Of our array. Sorry, we give our name of our array, and then we have our square brackets immediately after, and then we can give an index. And the index starts from 0. So when we count indexes, or the list, ordered list for our array, we start with 0, not with 1. So this will be 0, index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is index 0. So if we do call this index 0 here, we just get this one. We can print it if you it's. I don't know if we really need to, because we know what it's gonna get, because it's all standard. But if we change it, we'll change it really fast. Bam, standard. If we do change this, let's just say this is equal to poor quality. It will just equal poor. Oh no, I'm so sorry. We need to change that first. So yeah, hold up. So yeah, if we change this, and how about this? We can grab this here, and we can change it first. So you can see it actually is grabbing something. So we can do, we can do it here. Modifying by index, right here. That's what we want to do. Modify by index, we can do equals, has to be the same type, and let's just say the quality is poor for the first index, and then we can print out it again. So we should standard and poor. If we do print out the full array, maybe you can see it better. That quality. If we print out the full array, you see that the first instance, or index 0, in our list is poor, and then standard, and so forth. We can do this for any number. We can change this to the 5th index, which will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll change this one to poor. Yep, now that one is poor. Ba-bing! Okay, next we have a modifying range. So let's say we want to have, let's just go grab this, yeah. Let's just say from 6 index, and we do a range by 3 dots, and then we can say up to 8, and then we can put in our brackets again, and we define what those are. So from 6 we're gonna have poor. So 6, 7, 8, those are 3. We should have to define those 3 because it does include the 6 and the 8 index. So let's just say it's okay. And this one says super, and this one is just like and you can and then let's print it again. Alright, So from index 6, let's count it again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have our 5 here, which is poor. And after index 6, we got the OK. And then 7. And then 8. And then it goes on back to the defaults. Standard. Okay, and then let's try to combine some arrays. Honestly, this array is getting kind of big, so I'm just going to comment out everything here with this, and we're going to start here, making some new arrays. Okay, combine two arrays. So let's make a simple array. Maybe, var foods 1, or just foods, and foods 1 equals this, and we will do the literal array initializing. What is it called? Array literal. Yeah, I think it's that. And we're gonna say banana and apple, and we got, I don't know, cherries, and that is our first beautiful array. And then let's do foods 2, and we're gonna do what should we do? Chicken meat. Well, chicken meat. And then we got some beef, and then we got, you know what, let's just do 2. It doesn't have to be the same amount. Chicken or beef. Okay, to do this, it's actually pretty easy. We can just do, we can add it to the first array, or we can do a total new array. We can do foods plus foods 2. And if we do want it to be attaching to this array, we can just do foods 1 equals that. You could even just do plus equals. Plus equals, and it'll also just Okay, maybe we can't do plus equals. Foods 1 equals that. So if we do print our foods 1, we should have a master list of all these different foods combined into one array. Yippee. Let's go. Alright. So what if you just want to actually, there's a lot of things there. I think we'll probably talk about it here. Yeah, let's append. I can show it here really fast. I think it's really important as well. So let's just say if you do want to actually add another food, so you can do foods 1 dot append. This is adding an item. This is one way, yeah? You don't have to do it like this. You can literally do it how we did like this. Actually, I'll show you like this. Foods 1 plus Can we do plus equals here now? Liver. I really don't know what. Really? I can't do plus equals? I swear we can. Oh, I see. We have to actually put this inside of a bracket. Square bracket. Alright. And if we do print it again, we're going to move this over here. That's one way to add things. Printing. Now, actually, I have an idea. Actually, I'm curious. Can we do this? Can we do minus equals? I don't know. Let's try to do. I Oh, I don't want apple. Can we do that? To string. Can we do it here? We can do it later. Remove at. Okay. So we have to do the index later. Okay, I'll show you how we do that in a second, okay? So we can't do minus equals, but we can do plus equals. Okay. So, that's one way. And another way is actually using a method. And we can just do append? Yeah. And that will also add it. Instead of liver, we'll just say lion meat. That's just on the top of my head. I don't know. And then we should get appended to lion meat at the very end. Okay, let's comment out these ones, and let's show you these methods. We can actually use foods. I will keep it here. Let's just bring it down. Bring her down here, so we can all see these beautiful methods and properties, computed properties. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. Sure. So, we should need to print it too later. All right. So if we do dot count, we get to see how many wonderful items are in our array. And here we should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get the number of 5. Cool. 5. And we can check if it's empty by a true or false. We can do is empty. Should say false because there's obviously stuff inside of it. False. And we can do first. If we do first, it might be confused with an option. It'd be like, hey, what if it's not empty? What if it's empty and there is no first? So what we can do is do a question mark, and then give a default of like I don't know. You can do anything. I'm just going to do NA, not available, and it should work fine. And we should get rid of that optional banana whatever thing. Banana. So yeah, we can. This is like a way to do true or false, and it's just easier code to read. If not default, we're going to do this. Okay, next is last. Similar with we're going to keep these conditional statement if there's nothing in the last, or if the array is empty, we're not going to error out. We're just going to give out NA. So we can do last, and our last one should be beef. Give me the beef. Okay, cool. First index of. So this is actually how we can get an index of something. So first index, and it's going to find the first index of something. And let's just say, before I think we're trying to get rid of apple, yeah. So let's go find apple, and we can get the index. Where is my apple index? It should be 1, index 1, because this is index 0 and this is index 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got the index 1. I think I want to keep this actually later. Yeah. And we can actually append something. I showed you append earlier. up above that's adding something. We can insert something. Actually, I want to show you before something. We can actually remove, because maybe we had that similar question, or how do we remove something? We were trying to do minus equals, can't do that. Looking for Apple, but now we know the index of Apple. So what we can do is say print. We're gonna print our foods one, and then remove at, and then we have our index, and we can just throw in a parentheses, and we just grab all this here, and then copy and paste that code into there. Bam. Or what we could do is do this. Remove index. And we can make this into a variable. And then we can just pass in this remove index from the area here. Maybe it looks cleaner and more readable. Cannot convert value of string to meow meow. Was that not a string? That was a string? Okay, so I guess we can convert it with int, yeah? Hold up. Why does this fail? So the first index of returns an optional int because Apple might not exist. So if Apple is not found through the question mark NA thingy, it tries to provide an NA string, which it's actually giving a string the NA, but you can't convert NA to an int, right? That's obviously. So if it's not found, we give an NA. Let's just say if it's not found, let's just say -1, and that should work. That was really loud. Someone's car is like broken or something. So yeah, it was giving a condition. We're like, hey, I was messed up. It was supposed to be a string. You don't actually need this int anymore, probably. And it's Apple. Yeah, I think that's fine. You don't even need to convert it to int anymore. And it's giving Apple. That's not actually what I want to see. We can just say we can do foods dot remove that, and that's totally fine. We can reprint our whole foods all over again to see our fun results. Foods 1 of what is the outcome. Yes. Okay, so we have removed apple. So we have banana, goes straight to cherries, and then chicken, beef. That's cool. All right. I think I find this code pretty interesting, so I will just put it there for now and just leave it. So now forever, we're going to remove apple. All right. I have nothing against apples. Just I find it pretty. Alright. Oh yeah, I even look right here. It says first index of -1. I even gave myself a thingy. You know what? Actually, I'm curious. What is -1? What if we actually give it an empty array? So let's just do it. So var. Oh my goodness! Can we just grab one of these? Screw it. Let's just make our own. Okay. Var. What we should do? Emptiness. Empty array equals string. No, I don't want to append anything. Get out of there. And if we actually change this to empty array, empty array, and we do empty array, and then we try to print empty array. What actually happens? Because there's no apple in here, right? Because it's empty. It gets an error. Whoa. That's what I thought. Maybe we can try like a try-catch thing. But we're not in that part yet. You know, I'm actually curious. What? Let me figure out, because I want to know. Goodness gracious, my internet is off. Okay. Computer? Are you gonna respond at all? Hello? Wait. It didn't copy everything. So the problem comes from trying to remove an element at the invalid index of -1 when the array is empty. Oh, so we can't even do -1. Huh. So if apple is not actually in the array, the first index of, and it returns nil, so remove index becomes -1. Remove at -1 causes a crash because there is no such thing as index -1. Why did I learn -1 before? This is way in Swift arrays. So if the array is already empty, any remove at will fail. So the correct fix is if we do an if statement. If we be like, which we're not there yet, we can do if let remove index equals empty array. Kind of. If first index of apple is not there, then empty remain. Yeah. We pretty much have a catch thing. So if it does something, then it will do the thing that we intend to do. Else, we just say to hey, this apple is not found, or array is empty, and then that's it. Or, yeah, just saying if apple is not empty. There's a lot of different ways to do this, actually. Why did I learn -1 index on the documentation? So, yeah, actually we should not do -1 index in Swift. So, let's not do that from now on. I thought I read it in the documentation on Swift. Why does it do that? Some Swift functions use -1 as a some sort of value in examples, but it is not indexing arrays. So, this works fine for storing a not found value, but should not be used directly in a removeAll. So let's just stop using -1. Let's just use some sort of conditional statement, and we'll show you that later. That is interesting. Moving on. Okay. Okay, we're just going to remove apples from our thing. We backtracked a little bit, so we should have functioning code that is right because there is an apple. But if there's no apple, it will break. You know what? Let's just remove this for now. Foods. Okay, continuing. We did not do insert at, so we can do this could also have problems if there is no index at that. That's why we have conditions later. So we can do insert new element, or is that really new element? I think we don't even get rid of this thing. I don't want it. An int, yeah, thank you. I will do it. So we're doing a string. So we can do I don't know, maple syrup at, let's go with 3 at index 3, and what happens? Do I just get maple syrup, or do I have to actually print it again? I get nothing! Yeah, of course that's like that. So let's just grab you and then print the foods again. Foods 1. Do we get maple syrup now? We should get the maple syrup at the index at 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Yippee. Okay. Okay, we got maple syrup. And we just did the remove at, and that was interesting. Well, yeah, but also this thing, if this doesn't have an index of 3 or whatever, maybe it's just like an empty, what will happen? Probably get an error. So we have to do probably another condition saying if it's empty or something, or if it's less than the count of whatever 4, because we count in, it's not by index. Maybe we have to say then we do it at whatever count it is. Maybe we can do like a count sort of calculation, so it doesn't error out. All right, moving on. Remove last. Let's remove the last one. let's continue on. Let's keep our maple syrup because I like maple syrup. But let's remove the last. And let's print again. Looks like the last was beef. Will beef go away? Will we have no beef with this array? Look at that, no beef. We can also do removeAll. I'm sure you know what that does. I will just show it really fast. We get an empty one probably. Da-na-na-na-na. Where is our food? Empty, someone took it all. Okay, we removed all of that. And what else do we have? removeLast, removeAll. Oh, we can do mapping. Did we do insert? I think we did do, yeah, we did insert right here. Append, yep. So we can do mapping. So we map over each element and we do something to that element. So, or of every item in this. So we're like, hey, banana. What should we do with banana? It's a string, so we have limited things to do with the string. But if it's like a number, we can do a lot of things. But for string, we can just capitalize everything or something. Oh yeah, look at that, uppercase. I give an example. So do something to the element, and then bam, bam, bam. Okay, so dot map. So how are we going to do this? We can do dot map, and instead of the parentheses, hello, valid, value of type string has no member uppercased. Excuse me? Uppercase. There we go. And if I'm sure that we'll get everything uppercased. Everything is uppercased, but yeah, let's see what happens. Please. It is already uppercased. That's what I thought. How do I make it capitalization? Okay, what if I just do lowercase? God damn. Okay, you know what? I'm confusing myself. Let's just do plus another string, and then just say pi. Oh, because isn't it printing? Is there to like print it in here to actually get it? Because it's not even equaling it. Oh my god. Foods 1 equals foods 1 dot map. Please change it. There we got the banana pie, apple pie, cherries pie, maple syrup pie, chicken pie, and a beef pie. I'm sure the other things were working as well. I just wasn't equaling it. Alright, next. We got filter. So keep only what you need. This case is keeping even. So keep what we need. So we filter out what we want. Filter. By the way, I believe this is a closure statement. I will explain that much later. Closures are used everywhere, and I believe it's just how it is. So we're going to do a condition statement. If is not maple syrup, thank you so much for giving me an idea. If it's not maple syrup, I don't want it. I only want maple syrup, and we go for it. So if it's not maple syrup, I don't want that stuff. Oh, what if it? Yeah. So if it's not maple syrup, we should get everything except for maple syrup. So if we do equal maple syrup, then we only get maple syrup. Give me the maple syrup. Equal maple syrup. We're gonna do equal maple syrup. Oh my god, my shoulder hurts. I slept in a wrong position last night. I only want maple syrup. Yeah, so now our array only has maple syrup. Why would you ever want that? I don't know, man. You probably want something that is just removing maple syrup from your whole array. Maybe you have like a lot of maple syrup, so you're like, maybe some guy messed with your code, giving you like a gazillion maple syrup. So you're like, oh man, I can't do index of maple syrup and finding the first index of. I want to remove all the maple syrups other than finding the first maple syrup. So we can filter it and remove all of those maple syrups all in one go. But why would you want to remove maple syrup? Maple syrup is delicious. Cool beans. All right. Continuing, we got the reduce. Okay, so what the reduce thing is, we take the first element and combine it into the second element, and it continues and continues and continues until we get some craziness. Let's try it. Also, we had this is the default, right? Oh, from the previous one. So we get this is the first thing we. Let's just try this. Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. So it's a string. So let's just say our first thing is, I love to eat ... And then it'll start adding things. String to type. Cannot assign the value of string type to type string. Does it actually want me to do this here? I don't know. Holy schnuggets. Okay, let's figure out why this is not working. This is why we're learning. We learn. We learn. So, my beautiful love, the issue here is that you're trying to assign a string to foods1. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, is that nuts? Which is presumably an array. Let's break it down. Okay, why does this cause an error? The reduce is being used correctly to concentrate all elements into a single string, which that's what I want to do. However, foods was originally an array. And now you're trying to assign a string to it, which Swift expects foods1 to remain as an array. But so yeah, it is. It wants to be an array. I want it to be a string. But you're changing it to a type of a string, which I thought that was normal, right? So how do you do it? So store the results in a new string. Oh my god, that makes sense. Okay, so hello. Yes, that does make sense. We do just make this into a new string. Okay, hello. This is my sentence, and then we print the sentence because this is actually an array. And we were trying to make this back into an array. Sentence. So, obviously, that makes sense, logically speaking. I like to eat banana, apple, son of a... Okay. What if we do this? Can I do this? what if we add a fun little text saying with a space, and can I not do that? Can I not do that? Statements on a line must be separated by a semicolon. How do I do that? Like this? Okay, you know what? I'll figure this out. Hold up, because I want this to look pretty. It's almost correct, but you will add extra and before the first food in the food. So the issue will with your code is that it's so heartbreaking. Notice that there's an extra and before pizza. What? I don't have pizza. I want to use it. Wants me to use a different method. They wants me to use .joined. God dang! What? Okay, alternatively fixing. Okay, so we want to use this. If you really want to reduce, we must start differently. You know what? Yeah, it reduces things into a similar string. We can do it, but it adds a lot of drop first. We have to do a whole new what is this method called the drop first. Oh my god, what is drop? Use drop first to exclude the first element from the reduce loop. You know what? It's all good, man. I don't need to. In reality, we don't do that stuff like that. We would use a different one. But if you do really want to make some sort of like maybe encryption, reduce it, I guess. You know, it's probably best for math. If you think about it, if this is all math, you can start this with as 0 as the first value, and then you can be like, hey, what is, maybe you're like an accountant or something. You can do the first element is like maybe 500 plus, and then the second element is like 200, and it'll be equal 700. Then we go to the next one, the next one, and the next one, next one, next one, and then we get our total integer total amount, like that. For strings, I think it's kind of weird. There's a thing called .join, I believe, and that allows a better method of doing it. Yeah, .joined, and it has. I'll show you because I don't have it on here. So, yeah, we can do this. Let sentence, or yeah, sure. Yeah, let. Probably better if I say let. I love to eat, and then I do plus, and then we do the foods dot joins separator, and we have the separator of and then we put the sentence, and then which this is so cool. Dot joined. I don't think I even have it on here. I should have added down here. Yeah, so I love to eat banana and apple and cherries and maple syrup and chicken and beef, which is it's better. So that joined. I will add that on our fun little list here. I think we're at reduce. Dot joined. Bam. It's probably, so yeah, whatever. Dot joined. It joins like the reduce, but yeah. All right, dot contains. Let's move on. Thank you for all this. We're going to move you to a different one, and dot contains. Whoa, what? How do we do contains? This is a true statement. Yeah, okay. If it contains, if it contains beef, I am having beef right now with this array. If it contains beef, it's not printing anything. Of course, it doesn't print anything. Get in there. Get in there. Does it contain beef? Does it contain beef? It feels like we had something like this before. True. Anyways, it contains beef. Yay. Okay, next. The allSatisfy. The method returns true if every element in the array meets the condition. Oh my god. Okay. Otherwise, it returns false. Sure. So, all satisfied. Maybe it was for our eggs, you know? And let's just say if the first element is equal to just imagine this is the first eggs, yeah? This is going to turn out false because we don't even have this. Let's just say good, you know? If all the egg qualities were good, it would come out to be true. But we don't even have the word good in here. Print. Alright, let's... Can I just do this? What the fuck? Sorry. What do you want from me? Okay, let's figure it out. Yeah. I see what you're trying to do. You want to check if all the elements in food are beef using allSatisfy. Well, the correct code is foods.allSatisfy1 is equal to beef. Excuse me, young man. Did I do something wrong here? Okay, let's compare our code. I have that, and that, and that, and that. But I forgot to do the end of the print. God damn. Yeah, you do prints. Okay, cool. Give me the false. Yeah, false. But if it was good, if we were doing the eggs, are excellent. Yeah, it's still good false. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Oh my goodness, we are finished with this. Anyways, there's a lot of other things like we saw here. We added the word joined, which is another thing that we could have added. I'm sure there's a lot of other ones that we could do. You can just look them up. If you have an issue, just Google it. My whole part of this whole thing is just kind of like searching it up and just asking ChatGPT. Thank you for having... ChatGPT is an amazing tool. It actually explains what the issue is versus some other things don't actually explain. But ChatGPT explains quite well why you're messing up. Anyways, thank you for watching. Continue learning and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Alright, catch you on the other side. Catch you later.